kick off college football week 0 on ESPN. College Gameday going to be there, man. It's a cool experience. Me and my teammates were so excited.
Especially being on ESPN and having all that kind of spotlight on us, which is very well needed.
Most of the season, you know, it's Power 5 schools that get a lot of these college game day opportunities. So it's just awesome to get our school exposed in that type of way so people can see the talent that we have and also see how competitive we are at the same time.
That's a big honor and a blessing. You know, being on that platform to be able to showcase our talent.
Having this spotlight just kind of means the world. Getting a chance to have opportunity to show, you know, the talent that we have that you might not get to show on a, you know, regular Saturday.
When we recruited them, we tell them that you're going to have the opportunity to play in, you know, big games in a large stage. So it's big for HBCUs, and we're definitely excited.
You know I do, so how about you? If you want some, come and get some.
The atmosphere, I would say, it's super electrifying. You know, you got the tailgating, you got the fans going back and forth.
Getting a chance to come here kind of open a whole new world that basically allowed me to have the pride of, you know, attending a historically black college. So it means the world.
This is going to be a championship type game. What's at stake is pride for both universities, pride for both conferences.
We've set the standards. We've been winning for 6 years straight. We expect to win.
We're ready to get down there and be with you guys and put on the show.
They talked about atmosphere, and it is absolutely lit out here. College football is finally back. We are finally in the building here in Atlanta, Georgia, waiting for Alcorn State versus NC Central. And countdown to game day is back on the road. That's right. We are not in the studio anymore. We are with the people, Christine Williamson and Harry Lyles here. And Harry, you were on countdown to College Game Day last season, and now we're outside. That's the theme of 2021. How is the atmosphere? How are you feeling about everything?
I mean, look at this. Look at these people. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
We lit.
This is great.
We lit. All right, so we like to start every single show with something that we call the top. We put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're going to talk about whatever we're looking forward to this week. But right now, we're going to do it for the overall season. So 60 seconds on the clock. Harry, what are you most looking forward to this season?
For me, it's just getting back to normal, right? We got everybody here. We're going to have fans in stadiums. It's going to be amazing. And we got non-conference scheduling. We got Ohio State, Oregon. We got Clemson, Georgia. That's a big game. I know a lot of people here are going to be excited for that one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We got, I mean, it's just everything that we love about college football. College football is different than any other sport, professional or collegiate, because of the traditions, because of the things that bring us together and bring us here. All the extra bells and whistles make this game what it is. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And hopefully we can all keep getting these shots and everything like that, and we'll have a good time this college football season.
All right, so I think they started the clock a little late. You now have 34 seconds.
I got 34 more seconds. Hey, listen, I can talk all day.
How excited you are about this college football
I'll tell you what I'm more excited about is being here at my alma mater, Georgia State, beautiful Center Park Stadium. They built a beautiful program here. Hopefully, you know, we go in the Sun Belt this year, everything like that. And I mean, hey, look at all these people, right? I'm looking forward to seeing all these kinds of people all year. It's going to be amazing.
Clemson fans in the building. They're here a week earlier. That's fine. We'll see them next week. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what I'm excited about, even though we still have 7, 6, 5, 4. We still have time left. However, I want to talk about what I'm most looking forward to this football season. Last season was absolutely abnormal, as we already know. So I'm most looking forward to the unknown, the unexpected, right? We saw teams play less than 10 games last season in Ohio State and some of the biggest teams in the country. So I'm most excited to see what they do this season, how teams bounce back from last season, an unprecedented season last year. I'm also looking forward to how the NIL and how the recent changes are going to affect the college football season, right? I'm a Big 12 person. We talked about this all season. We'll be talking about that all season. The fact that Texas and Oklahoma are leaving, the fact that there are alliances forming, I'm really curious to see how that affects the on-the-field play. Now, I have 17 seconds left. I feel like our clock is a little delayed. We have about a 3-second delay, so I'm not exactly sure how much time I have left. But yes, there are so many unknowns. I'm just excited that we're back in the building. We're back outside. And there are so many things that are happening this season on game day that did not happen last season. One of the main things that did not happen last season is Lee Corso was in Florida. Instead of being on set of Game Day, we had our production meeting yesterday. Lee Corso is back.
Good to see him.
Great to see him. A lot of college football coaches and players are very excited to see him. So take a look at all of them welcoming him back to Game Day.
Breaking news that Coach Corso is back in person on the set, and we're all super excited, man.
Welcome to 2021, right? College Game Day.
Lee, welcome back. I mean, you have done so much for the spirit of college football and the interest that you create by some of the wonderful things that are funny, that entertaining, but also bring a lot of attention to the game and to the players who play it. And you've done it for a long, long time, and you've always done it with a lot of class.
Everyone fired up here. Game Day wouldn't be the same without you, man. Can't wait to see you.
We're excited to have him back, excited for the headgear, and excited for the energy he brings to college football every Saturday.
Coach Corso, great to have you back on set on Game Day. Love everything you do for college football. Hook 'em horns.
Coach Corso, Brett Bielema here, back in the Big Ten, something you know a lot about. Couldn't be more excited for you to be back with Game Day. Let's have a great year.
Coach Corso, it's great to have you back on the set. You're a tremendous ambassador for college football. The Hoosiers love watching you on College Game Day.
It's great to see you, buddy. The Fighting Reese Davises are stoked up to have you pick us every weekend. Go Cats.
Welcome back, Lee Corso.
Where's the snacks?
What are you looking forward to? Well, I think this is going to be a fun year. Because
we are back outside, and with us now is David Pollack. We just saw so many people welcome Coach Corso back. We were in the room yesterday when he got welcomed back to everybody. How excited is it to have him back on the set of Game Day?
He's a lesson in humility every week. He really is. He's the coolest thing in that room. So it's just special to have him back. I think the fans will welcome him back. And the delay and all that stuff is really hard.
Right.
So life will be normal. It'll be good.
Exactly. Okay, so I want to talk about the college football season in general. 2020 was very weird. We're going into 2021. It's not yet normal, but what are you most
It's
excited?
more normal.
It's more normal, but
Yeah.
it's not very normal.
It's kind of
what are
our
you
new
excited
normal,
about?
maybe.
Right, exactly.
I
it can't be like this forever, I hope.
No, I think we're all excited about the same things.
Right.
We got fans. Like that's, as a player, that's what made me tick. That's what made me go. I mean, that was the most important part. So I think fans coming back, I don't care if you got a mask on, I don't care how you're in the stands, but in the stands, making environments tough to play. As a defensive guy, it always made the offenses worse.
Right.
So I think those kind of things is the stuff we're all looking forward to.
David, defensive guy from Georgia. This year, everybody's talking about, hey, this is the year that Georgia can do it, and then everybody who is a Georgia detractor is saying, well, of course it's the year they can do it. Who are they going to trip up against? Why are those people wrong? Why is it actually Georgia's year this year?
I don't know that it is. I wish I could say it was 100%. Here's the thing, though. But think about Clemson years ago. Like Jesse Palmer on Thursday night, he worked with us, and he talked about Clemsoning. And he talks about how Clemson always came up small. Always came up small. Well, at some point you break through, right? At some point you got to, maybe this is the year for Georgia. They were missing a couple components that were really big to this team, and they went in the transfer portal and kind of got to address those. So I think they just have to prove it. It's not about saying it. It's about doing it. You got Clemson week 1, bro. Like, come out the gates right now and
So what
see
do they
what
do
you
when they
got.
come out the gate? So what are the things that they're going to have to be perfect on this year in order to make that happen?
I think their secondary is very inexperienced, so that's you're going to have to be good. They've already dealt with some injuries with their best weapon on offense is probably Darnell Washington. I don't know if he'll play or not week 1. But JT Daniels is a quarterback that has to be transcendent. You don't win with good quarterback play anymore. Like, you need a baller. Is he that dude? If he's that dude, they'll have a chance because DJ Uiagalelei on the other side, that's a grown man. That's a grown man. He'd make me look like a little kid if you saw. Like, he is unbelievably huge, and Clemson's tradition in quarterback obviously speaks for itself.
I want to talk a little bit about Clemson's quarterback tradition. First of all, you mentioned Clemsoning. I went to Clemson, and that is very triggering for me.
But you broke through that. It's okay.
I feel like
we got better.
We have changed the definition of Clemsoning. It now means just getting done.
But it was a real thing at one time.
It was. And that's why it's triggering.
Okay.
But let's talk about DJ. Let's talk about JT Daniels, Bryce Young. What are you expecting out of the quarterbacks as they go into the season? A lot of new guys are under center this year.
Well, CJ Stroud from Ohio State.
Yeah.
New guys, but what do they all have in common? They're very highly recruited. Like, these aren't just like dudes, these aren't Stetson Bennett's like from Georgia last year. These aren't guys you're just kind of plugging in. extremely experienced guys, extremely highly rated. Bryce Young, obviously, taking it from Mac Jones, who took it from Tua, who took it from Jalen, who the track record speaks for itself.
Right.
It's been pretty amazing. But the thing with them I'm interested to see is the coordinator. But DJ, 6'5", 6'6", 250. I'm interested to see that offense because he doesn't run as much. He's not a natural runner. He can throw the piss out of it. I mean, he can throw that thing, but Clemson's offense is big on the running of the quarterback. And then JT, he gave us a taste. It wasn't against great competition, but you saw Georgia have a good finish to the season with him as the trigger man. So which one of these guys step up? Which one of these guys are not good, are great, are going to New York? You go to New York, that means your team's doing really well.
Who out of the 5 new quarterbacks do you expect to be able to put their team on the map this season, do what their team is used to doing, and that's winning?
I expect all of them to. And listen, we do this with DJ, and we do this with Bryce and CJ and all these guys. Here's the thing. Those are also the most talented teams in the country.
100%.
Like, if you're an Ohio State quarterback right now, like, you look at the dudes you have to throw to with Olave, Harrison, and Jigba, like, get out of here, dude. They're going to make a lot of people look good. You got running backs. So I expect all of them to do well. I think DJ, week 1 against Georgia is going to be under the most pressure. And Bryce Young early in the season, you got a lot of teams that can be explosive. Ole Miss, you saw them put up 60 against Bama last year. Like, I don't expect a dominant team this year like we've seen in the past. I expect all these guys to do well, but I expect a lot of losses.
And you know, speaking of which, you mentioned New York. How do you kind of see the Heisman race shaking out? Do you have a favorite right now? Do you think it's any of the guys that we just mentioned?
I think it's Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma. He's a dude that all these guys at some point are going to take their lumps. He already took his last year. He got benched in the Texas game. So got sat down, go sit at the little kids table, and then had to watch. But again, a lot of these kids haven't faced a lot of adversity. I think he's already faced some of that, so I think it's really good for him. So I say Spencer Rattler to kill it. He's really dynamic passer, can run enough to buy time to make plays down the field.
I want to ask a little bit more about Oklahoma football because obviously we know what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. You talked about what you expect from Spencer Rattler. Oh wait, really fast. I think Corso is doing his helmet.
This is good.
He's doing his helmet.
Here we go.
This is what we came for. Every single week. Corso holding up the helmets, people booing, people cheering.
He kisses them both. Now he kisses them.
Okay, he's kissing him.
There we go.
It's just awesome. Those kind of traditions, you know, we missed that last year.
Right.
But the headgear and there's so many things backstage and stuff that happens like that.
Of course.
That's what this show's for. We're going to show you some of that stuff.
All the behind the scenes stuff. All right, let's go back to Oklahoma football. You talked about Spencer Rattler. We know what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. Now, Alex Grinch has been changing things a little bit defensively. Do you feel like they're able, because, you know, Oklahoma hasn't been able to go far in the CFP. They've always lost the first game. So do you feel like they're actually going to be able to make it past that first round?
Well, they lose the first game, but the more important thing is they give up like 6,000 points a game. I mean, in those 3 playoff appearances, I bet you they've given up 50 per game. And I'm not kidding. That's not even exaggerating. It's probably close to that amount. It's at least 40. That's the side of the football that we doubt. But last year I saw tremendous strides. There's different dudes now on that team on defense. You see some guys that can now rush the passer. You see some guys that they look good in their unis, okay? They fill out their unis a little bit more. They're still going to stunt. They're still going to twist a lot of stuff that they do up front. But I think that's the question with Oklahoma. It's never been with Spencer Rattler or Jalen Hurts. Whoever the heck throws the football.
Baker Mayfield,
You're basically going to the Heisman. How easy is it as a recruiter if you're Lincoln Riley? You just walk in everybody's room and go, top quarterback? Okay, just sign here.
Drop them on the table.
Just drop the paper. Like, do you want to go to New York? Do you want to be the number 1 pick? Okay. Well, then what do you do? What are we waiting for? Like, the question is, can you keep them nowadays with transfer portals? But I think that'll be a big difference. But I think OU will very much be there. They'll be very much in the thick. I think they'll go to the playoffs, and their defense is different this year.
I feel like there's a lot of teams last season that want to forget their season from last year. There's teams that only had 2 wins. Florida State, one of them. LSU obviously came off of a national championship and absolutely did not impress last season. What teams do you expect that did not have good seasons last year that will go into the season and completely change things around?
You know, LSU is a good one to talk about because with LSU, I could see it going really well or really bad. I don't see a happy medium with LSU. I feel like they all in and they're going or they'll be all out. So I think LSU will be very interesting to watch. New coordinators on both sides of the ball. Max Johnson now has the full run of the mill. Michigan's a team that will be very interesting to watch. Jim Harbaugh, bro. Like, a bunch of staff changes, a bunch of people leaving.
Big year for them.
It's time to figure it out. I think Mackenzie Milton now taking over at FSU could be one of the best stories in college football. Penn State struggled mightily. Can they turn it around big time? I mean, they lost to Maryland. Remember they lost to Indiana at the end of the game with Michael Penix Jr. Touching the pile.
Superman.
So a lot of those teams have so much talent. You expect them to bounce back.
Okay, I like this question a lot. Jim Harbaugh, and do we feel like if he does not have a good season this year, if he has a season like he did last year, do you think he's out?
Yes.
Okay.
He gone.
I feel like we say that every single season. We're like, he can't do it this year.
No,
it's not going to happen this year. Every season.
What we've been saying is, can he beat Ohio State?
That's true. That's
what we've been saying.
Well, we know the answer to
and
that.
Now, the answer to that is no. But now it's like, okay, wait a minute. Can we have a winning record?
Right.
Yeah. But listen, when you start making changes to your staff, like at some point after you make those changes, you look and you go, there ain't nobody left to change.
Right.
I mean,
it might be you, dude.
I'm next. But I think Michigan, as a brand, they get good recruits. It's a good college football town. You expect them to be more competitive than they've been. So Harbaugh's magic and all that stuff, he came in with so much momentum. It's gone now. So he's going to have to figure out how to get it back.
And, you were talking about Michigan being a big brand. It's a powerhouse of college football. With that, also related NIL, what are your thoughts generally about, the practice in general and how it's gone so far and, where you think it could end up going?
People getting paid.
Right.
A little bit, right?
Well, Bryce Young ain't even stepped on the field yet.
Right.
The most interesting thing about NIL, so now remember people can capitalize on name, image, and likeness. First of all, the schools aren't paying them.
Right.
So everybody's got to understand that. They're getting whatever they can get, like dealerships, cars. So those guys are taking, speaking of cars right there, those guys are getting taken care of outside of the sport. The biggest thing to me will be how do teams manage it? And when I say that, Bryce Young's made almost $1 million. I'm Evan Neal. I'm the right tackle. I've played on national championship teams. I've been dominating the last several years. Am I getting mine? So I think that'll be something to pay attention to. But I guarantee you coaches are like, what about during the season, by the way? 6 weeks in, somebody starts killing it.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, wait, let's go get this, let's go get this, let's go get this. You got to manage that, too. Like, hey, coach, I'm going to miss practice. I got to go make 20 G's.
Exactly.
I mean, like, gone. The coach is like, no. They don't. So I think it'll be something that'll be hard to catch on and deal with. But coaches that are going to be ahead of it definitely are going to have a lot more success.
Do you feel like if you were in the NIL era, you'd be also a millionaire like Bryce Young?
Hey, David wouldn't be getting all the truck
listen, I played college volleyball. I feel like I could have got a little money.
You could have got a little something. Well, as long as you could have got it, yeah. I mean, I definitely could have capitalized on a lot of opportunities. But listen, it was a long time ago for me anyways. Don't act like these guys ain't been cashing in on opportunities regardless.
That's true.
Just a little bit. I didn't.
No, not at all. It wasn't this guy. It wasn't this guy. He was doing everything by the book, of course.
So it's been happening for years. This is just now a form of making it legal now.
Right,
so
exactly.
I think how it affects the separation from the top and the bottom of college football. Like this people get certain people now, but like think about Alabama. Well, think about BYU. So all those kids got scholarships taken care of, a lot of those walk-ons.
Right.
So now, does that open Pandora's box now too? With okay, if I'm 4-star now for Alabama, I'm out of scholarships.
Yeah.
Come here.
We're going to bring the U back.
We'll take care of you.
Hey.
Like,
bringing the U back.
Yeah.
Transfer you. That's what the U is. Transfers. Just bring all the transfers.
I know you don't know this about me, but I went to University of Miami. Okay, let's not say anything negative.
So
it's great to be a Miami Hurricane.
So how do you feel about So you tell me how you feel about your squad.
Okay, listen, it's not great yet, but De'Aaron King this season, we don't know what's going to happen out there.
And you know what? We're going to find out real early.
Exactly.
Alabama week 1. Alabama week 1.
I keep telling people, of course, I don't think they're going to beat Alabama, but if they do,
Not happening.
Thanks.
Nope.
Thanks, David. It's time for you to
know that.
I know. I'm very well aware that they're not going to be Alabama. Yeah. It's all.
We're
done. We're done. Okay. After you say that, you got to go. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys are watching Countdown to Game Day. We are here in Atlanta at Georgia State University, and our guy, Harry Lyles, is a GSU alum. So we're in the building, you're back home. You know, it's a good day for you, no?
I mean, it's great. And, we actually got a chance to speak with a couple of the guys on the team, and let's check that out.
Let's check it out. All right, we are now in the Georgia State locker room, which smells exactly how you would expect a locker room to smell, with Cornelius Brown and Shamarius Gilmore.
When I was here, the program was brand new. It was first year,
and it was not what all of this is. What is it like for you guys being here? Program's still young, but on the up and coming, right? Got a couple of bowl wins. Like, what's it like for you guys being here at this place and watching it grow?
Just been here 6 years, just being a lot of different places, starting off in the Georgia Dome, really weren't winning a lot of games, just to the atmosphere changing when the new coaching staff came in. It's just a big change. It's a family atmosphere at this point. So it's just everything's coming together and it's just growing and it's just on the uprise.
You guys have a saying, it's called sound the horn. What does that mean?
We get a first down, we sound the horn. We score a touchdown, we sound the horn. We get an interception, sound the horns. And that's something that we want to, make a household name. Sound the horn. Whenever you think of sound the horn, you think of Georgia State football.
All right, that's all we got in here. It smells. We want to get outside. Let's go there. All right, guys, as is the theme of 2021, we outside. And I want to talk about you guys and your season. How are you guys expecting this season to go? Are you guys starting off where you guys left off last season?
We should be in a great rhythm, having all 11 starters back, having some young guys step up and fill some roles that we expect them to fill.
There's been no downfall, no bad days. It's just been good days stacking on good days, so it's just been riding.
Coach Elliott sets a high standard for us, and it's not only to win Sun Belt games, win conference games, but every time we step on that field, whether it's here at Center Park Stadium, wherever we play, we expect to play, and we expect to play to win.
Sound the horn. I love it. Thanks so much, guys. That was a ton of fun. We got to hang out with them yesterday. We learned a lot about the program. We got to go to the locker room, see the facilities. It was amazing. But I want to do a segment. It's called Did Y'all See That? A lot of things happened during the offseason that we heard about, but there were also a lot of things that happened on social media. So you may have missed these things. Let's take a quick look. Offensive lineman Evan Neal. He's box jumping, 350 pounds.
Hey, that's impressive. It's not many people that could move weight like that and it not be a federal crime.
Okay, this is the strength coach, Matt Reed. He's killing it, but first of all, I don't think this is necessary. Like, why are you on a Bosu ball on a platform with this? And this is what happens when you try to do that. You doing weight, bro, you are doing way too much.
I don't know if that risk is worth the reward. I mean, look at that. That's dangerous.
That's almost as bad as the milk crate challenge, but this is also super bad. Do not challenge a larger dude to an Oklahoma drill on the beach. Even if you're a defensive D1 running back, because that's what happened. Like, that man got taken out.
Yeah, that does not feel good. I think everybody here could feel that one.
Of course, it hurt. All right, so have you ever taken an ice bath?
Yes, they're actually not that bad.
What?
Facts. No, the worst part about an ice bath is getting out.
Okay, so this is former Warner University lineman Jonte Allen, and he can't stand that thing. Like, he's not with it.
Yeah, that doesn't look like something he's going to do again.
I'm going to say something so weird. Have you ever peed after going to an ice bath?
I don't recall.
It's very warm. That was always my volleyball team's best part. Okay, so this is an offensive line punt drill. Guys had something on the line because look at the reaction. People, what is it called when they do that? The turning around on the field?
Right.
Doing the most. And this is high school. The kicker obviously forgot that you have to kick the ball forward. He kicked it for a loss of 2 yards.
See, that's tough. There's no coming back from that. You go back to that sideline, that's not a good feeling.
No, not at all. So that was Did Y'all See That? We are here this weekend for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Like I said, NC Central versus Alcorn State. It is not Alcorn. Do not say Alcorn.
Don't say
it is Alcorn. So we now welcome in Tiffany Green and Jay Walker to talk a little bit about HBCU football because we all could learn a little bit more. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? Okay. I mean, yeah. Right. Okay, so before we get to you guys, we have to talk about Jerry Rice. He is obviously an former HBCU football player. He put together his all-time HBCU team. Take a look.
Go ahead and pick your all-time best FBS players on each side of the ball. Pick all the Heisman winners you want, all the big-time names from all the big-time FBS programs. Now pick a time in a stadium, any stadium, anywhere, and we'll meet you on the 50-yard line for the first ever Imagination Bowl. We're the HBCU, and we'll put our all-time 22 against yours every day of the week and twice on Saturdays. We've got Sweetness, Kelly and Williams in the backfield. Wright, Little, Shell, Peoples, and Slater on the offensive line. Sharp at tight end and a wide receiver. Bullet Bob and a kid named Rice from Mississippi Valley State. See you in the end zone. On defense, let me introduce you to the front four firm of Strahan, Buchanan, Deacon, and Dent. If you get past them, and you won't, say hello to linebackers Carson, Lanier, and Robertson. On the back end, there's Williams, the human Velcro, and the 3 Bs. And just for fun, lots of luck catching our return man, Taylor. The good news for your FBS All-Star team, our coach, Eddie Robertson, is a gracious winner.
This is a big matchup. What do you think that we can expect in tonight's matchup?
Well, I think you're going to see a hungry Alcorn football, given the fact that the last time they were in Atlanta, they got right. It was a shootout, so they got some unfinished business here in the A. NC Central, they're trying to be a contender in the MEAC, so for them, they're just looking to have a good showing.
Right, Dave.
I think I like quarterbacks and quarterback play. You're going to see Felix Harper. They call him the trigger man, one of the best in all of FCS football. He's from here in Atlanta, Georgia, so he's going to have a whole fan contingency behind him. But North Carolina Central, they come in here with something to prove. Their second-year coach, the first year didn't go so well, but they've got a great running back by the name of Isaiah Totten. And one thing that North Carolina Central can do, they can play defense. And if you can play defense, you got a chance at winning in any type of game, even though they're the underdog.
100%. And guys, listen, I think there's some people here. Makes it different. It's a different kind of flavor, right? Like, what are some things that for the people that don't watch HBCU football need to know?
It's a vibe. You know that much. It's a vibe.
It is.
You will vibe. You will
it's
vibe.
A family. I remember when I played at Howard. It's like scoring a touchdown at HBCU. You're like, the whole stadium is your boys.
Oh, yeah.
You score a touchdown in a major university, you score like, all right, where are my boys? Oh, they may be up there in Section 10 where we got a whole stadium with love and vibe. And the halftime show, that's legitimate, particularly the school she went to, Florida A&M.
No
band's
doubt.
more popular than the football team.
No doubt, the Marching 100. Hey, but we're the only one that won a national championship amongst all the HBCUs in 1978. So check yourself, Jay. How about the Marching 100, though? It's fly. And the Greeks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fraternities and sororities. You get a chance to show your colors, be able to show out, stroll in the stands, sections. It's like
They're doing stroll-offs for game day today, so do not miss game day. Obviously, you want to watch that, and obviously, you're going to watch the matchup tonight, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks so much, Jay.
Appreciate you.
Have fun. All right, so you're watching Countdown to Game Day. We are just 3 minutes away until game day starts. Let's take a look at what's going to happen on game day today so you can keep up with everything that they have going down. Starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Deion Sanders, the coach of Jackson State University, which are also an HBCU, he will be joining the show. Do not call Deion Sanders Deion. Don't call him anything but Coach Sanders because
You don't like that?
He don't like that. He don't like that. All right, then at 10:15 a.m., they're talking about conference realignment, the alliance, the name, image, and likeness. RG3, he's now part of the ESPN family. He's joining the guys for their thoughts on an offseason of change. Then at 11 a.m., Migos joins the show for a live performance. They didn't talk to us yesterday. We were a little salty about that, but it's all good. We get to see them on game day. Exactly. Harry said he's going to fight him. Then at 11:25 a.m., back-to-back interviews with Brett Bielema, the coach of Illinois and UCLA's Chip Kelly. I want to talk a little bit. We got 2 minutes left because we do have Migos.
Yes, we do.
Favorite Migos song?
Favorite Migos song? Man, you know, honestly, there's so many to pick. I think, but honestly, I will say none gets me in a better mood, I think, than Handsome and Wealthy.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that I can relate to that quite yet.
I was about to say,
but we're
Harry did
working on
not just
that.
call himself handsome and wealthy on this show right now. Okay, so what's the one with Drake that's the most recent, one of the most recent songs that they had together?
Most recent?
And like the first Migos, or like the last Migos, Take.
Oh, yeah.
That song, that's a bop. That's a bop. So I'm really curious to just see what they bring to us today.
Yeah.
We're going to be vibing.
Yeah, 100%.
HBCU's a vibe.
Right.
These people are a vibe.
Come on, y'all.
They're excited. They're excited to be here. Cannot wait to watch Alcorn State versus NC Central. We're excited about it. We had fun. That was fun.
Yeah,
we
that
did
was
a
great.
show. We did
We're
our
going to do
first
this
show.
all year.